Welcome to episode 33 of 4D, Def's Daily Dose of Dota. And you guys see the Zephyr shirt on today. That means we're going to be featuring at least one team from the SCA region. Today it's MVP Phoenix versus Cloud9. And the premise for this episode is pretty simple. I am really bad at Chen. But you know who's not bad at Chen? C9's BigDaddy0Tail. Let's hop into the game, throw it up on the board. You guys see the lineup. We're going to get things rolling here. And the title of this is Jungle Chen, but what it really is a support Chen. Looking at the compositions of the teams, we have a support BigDaddy0Tail with a support Shadow Shaman, the two supports that you'll typically see in the metagame. You'll see a mid, the Zeus, an offlane will probably be the Centaur, and you're always going to see a one position Eternal Envy playing the Juggernaut. Likewise on MVP Phoenix, the two supports, Vengeful Spirit, Earthshaker, we're going to see them working in tandem many times. Queen of Pain on March might go easy lane or mid, but it'll probably be QO mid and Axe on the offlane. And if I recall correctly, there were some pauses at the beginning of this, but this is a replay, so we can speed it up. Although while we are pausing, we can blow up the minimap, because I can never watch these VODs on my phone. Can't see anything. Fantastic. This is all about BigDaddy0Tail on the Chen. Even picking his talent right away, Holy Persuasion is so good. You get the creep permanently. He gets bonus health, and it's only 100 mana. Some other episodes on jungles, heroes, Sand King comes to mind. They're not great at level 1. They might need a level or 2, or even 3 levels. I prefer rank 2 Sandstorm before I really start jungling, but
30 seconds
Holy Persuasion rank 1, you can start jungling immediately. And we see a potential gank coming in from MVP. Eternal Envy will tango his way out of that. Chen starting out with Observer Wards and Sentries. He fully expected the heroes of MVP to try and block his jungle, so he'll probably even put down some Sentry Wards. Cheeky little spot right here. He's eating the tree to put it on the high ground so it doesn't block the camp. And another one here for good measure. He wants to make sure his farm is unabated, and especially before the 30-second mark when it spawns. Something to keep in mind in most of your jungle games is when you are jungling, you're here. And what does that mean? You're not in your lane. We see him picking up a Hellbear Smasher and immediately going to work. But as one of your two supports, when you do choose to use a jungle strategy, you're leaving your lanes vulnerable. Sure, Shadow Shaman is still here, but BigDaddy0Tail will have to get some definite gains out of the jungle, and we'll probably see those transitioning with the smoke to try and cash in on those gains. Another little pause here, but it's worth noting he's going to go for a cheeky little double pull here. Why not? You've cleared out your first camp in a couple seconds. And as this last pause gets going, we'll see him pull simultaneously both creep camps. Just body pulling that one while right clicking that away. And he's rewarded for his trouble with mud golems. But that's okay. It was still a successful double pull. He has a Hellbear Smasher, so he can do some AoE damage. There are some great creep abilities offered in the jungle here. I spoke about jungling making you a little vulnerable. It's only a minute in, but we can already see the pressure being applied differently. The support for MVP, one of them is mid. Heen is actually doing some jungle pulling of his own, but we'll see how they move around in a moment. For now, Big Daddy is just focusing on the pulling, focusing on the jungling. Oh yeah, the pulling. 152. And then he runs into lane with the assistance of his support, two supports rotating together. Very important that Fata was able to get this first rune after he's picked up his bottle. And we see him move back to jungling. He'll probably get level 3 after finishing this camp. Maybe not, though. At that point, we'll definitely see him start to max out Holy Persuasion. He'll be able to command 2 instead of 1 creeps. And we might see that smoke being put to good use. Not quite level 3. Instead, he'll have to go to this camp. That Satyr Tormentor looks delicious. He'll presumably want to pick him up as soon as he hits level 3. But it's close to the top of the minute mark, and instead he's going to choose to pull at about the 52 mark, but instead he pulls it this way this time, picking up the Satyr Tormentor. Would have liked to have cleared out the camp before the 3-minute mark, but he did get a nice 4-stack here. You guys heard the first blood coming out. The 2 supports doing their job for MVP. They're applying pressure to the lane, and they secured first blood. Misery has been pulling to try and alleviate the lane pushing for Eternal Envy and force Axe into a defensive posture. But they're going to have to get something done soon. Chen, he's already level 3. He has 2 fantastic creeps. This guy does 125 magical damage and an HP regen, and you have a great stun with this Centaur. 2 seconds on heroes. So at the 3-minute and 45-second mark, we see a smoke coming out for C9. All the while he's regenning HP and regenning mana with the clarity, we see them rotating towards the bottom lane, using his other observer ward. And they push into the jungle, saying, hey, Centaur, let's get something done. Let's punish this pulling coming out from MVP. Bone7 says, hey, no problem, I got my boots already. The stun goes off. The burst damage will help secure the kill. C9 Misery and Big Daddy support sticking together, and they will get their first kill of the game. Or will it be their first 2 kills?
Is under attack.
That's only a rank 1 blink coming out from March. He's held in place. Penitence, along with a Centaur stun, will secure a second kill. And Heen is a little late to the party. And we see 3 kills in quick succession. Reason is just now rotating. No boots, but he's still a little bit faster than the Chen and is able to secure a kill. But what's this? Your Centaur's still sticking around, forcing out the Earthshaker. But hey, that's okay. He's got extra HP, he can stick around. Misery should not have stuck around.
I see my grand spirits.
No-Tail did get some money from that, so we see him porting up towards his jungle, and he picked up both boots and a Ring of Bacillus, along with some more observer wards. And with that, he just goes back to jungling. He'll be rewarded with a Dark Troll Summoner. We'll see a lot of those in this game, so hopefully I'll quit screwing up the name. Great hero. You get in another Ensnare. It's not a stun like the Centaur, but it's still good for keeping someone in place. And this Raise Dead ability is fantastic. It'll help you push lanes. It'll help you just tank up a little more of a meat shield. 1 more line of defense to go through. And the DPS is actually pretty good for these. 24 damage. Misery joining his fellow support, No-Tail, as they just melee down a creep or 2. But the gank has hit home. Misery not able to get away with the stampede.
Don't kill
BigDaddy0Tail is. His Centaur Conqueror and Dark Troll Summoner. We'll see how many times I screw that up. Will repel MVP Heen. Did I say repel? I meant kill. That is a fantastic range on that Ensnare. That is certainly a lot bigger than the War Stomp.
That hardly hurt at all.
Punishment for your sins.
And Chen playing with fire a little bit there. He is level 6 off the XP. And he's picking up another Satyr Tormentor for his troubles. The AoE of Shockwave might be put to use right now, along with the HP pool of the Centaur Conqueror
Dire's
and
middle
this raised dead
tower is
ability
under attack.
of the Dark Troll Summoner. Also worth noting that this is only 100 mana, so you can use it 6 times. Almost 1,000 damage, once you account for magical resist. Will help him farm up this camp. The hero levels are staying quite close, and he goes from about 2,000 gold to almost 2450, 450, and another level from that quad stack. The minute mark hits, and he picks up another Dark Troll Summoner. He's maxed out his Holy Persuasion. He has 4 creeps, and this is the time to start making moves. A very large army is at his disposal, along with a stun, along with even one more of this Shockwave,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
if he's able to get in range. And they look to be diving towards QO. Instead, we saw a lot of magic wand charges,
Radiant's top
and the
tower
heal having
has
to come out.
fallen.
Quite a long cooldown, almost 3 minutes at rank 1. And
Radiant's top tower
I did note
is
that
under
at the
attack.
8-minute mark is when he picked up these creeps, as we see Fada send him back. It's important to know that he's going to be keeping these creeps alive. They are enchanted permanently, and they're not enchantresses enchant where it's only 80 seconds, and it's okay to throw those away sometimes. Sure, you're giving away gold, but they were going to die anyway. Not true with the Chen creeps. Try and keep your little Chen army alive for as long as possible. By the way, while he's farming up some gold on these 2 camps, Chen has run back to base to get some more mana. After all, these creeps are going to be doing your work for you, and getting him a little more money. We see him pick up smokes, complete the arcane boots, and along with some more sentries. We might even see him use Test of Fate, yep, to bring all the creeps back, with the exception of the few here. These skeletal warriors, but who cares about them?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And at the 10-minute mark, we're going to take a break. I'd like to point out that there was a rotation claiming the kill that turned into 3 kills at around the 3 or 4 minute mark. When you are jungling, you're leaving your team disadvantaged. It's essentially 4v5 in the lanes. You have to make it all a means to an end. When we come back in the mid-game, we're going to see more rotations. Hopefully, more of me correctly pronouncing Dark Troll Summoner. And a little preview, but more diebacks, more buybacks, and more Chen after this.